G'day creative team. It's the day after creative launch, and why not kick off the start of the new year in the middle of March. I think Josh and I are really happy with sort of how last night went, and it was great to have some time to worship and hear a bit of Pastor Josh's heart for the year moving forward. And if you're new to team, welcome. We can't wait to start serving with you and worshiping with you on a Sunday. And I guess last night we had a little bit of time scheduled in for admin stuff. But I really felt like at the end of the night, it wasn't super worth like shoehorning in admin after response and the time that we're having together. So let's kick into some admin now to get that out of the way.
Yeah, so first thing is Rod and Jan are running Discipleship Groups, and these started last year, and Pastor Rod and Jan have been continuing to offer their discipleship groups. So Rod's group is running on the third Tuesday of every month, and that's a mixed group, so it's open to males and females. And Jan's group is a female-only group, which is running on the third Thursday of every month. They're hosting these nights at their place, and we'll put the address in the post here as well. The way that you can opt in to these groups, or even just find out more, is just by replying to the weekly text message which Rod sends out. So just reply to him, let him know that you're interested or keen to join one of those groups. And they're really just to deepen our connection with the Lord, our understanding of his word, and then also how that ties into what we do as worshippers on team.
Yeah, and then the second piece is obviously it's 2022, and so we always put out a calendar for kind of each semester we've been doing in recent years, and that's no exception for this year, except that this year we only have 4 months to get through. So I'll post a link to the image for this, and you can kind of get it into your calendar, start planning what you'll be coming to through the year. A few things to highlight here, and there are some new things that you won't have seen before. The first one is We the Church. So this has been on Pastor Nathan and Beck's heart to really solidify the volunteer foundation of the church. And this is kind of their night to share their volunteer heart for the church, where we're going as a community, and especially with everything that's been going in the last couple of months, to kind of bring the entire volunteer base together. And so that'll be a really good chance for us to extend beyond our regular serving areas. So really encourage you to get along to that. I know, Josh, you're keen to kick off songwriting events, and the first one's coming up in 2 weeks' time. So if you fancy yourself a bit of a songwriter, or you want to start songwriting, get along to those. On that same night, Ben and I will be running some production skills stuff. So keep your ear to the ground for that. And the last one that I really wanted to highlight are the combined worship nights with Centrepoint and Emerge Church, which are two local churches kind of killing it on the north side. We're joining with them for a kind of young adults focused worship night. This is really pioneered by Pastor Andy and the other young adults pastors at those churches, who are really keen to join together as a church and worship and praise together. So they'll be traveling around each of the sites. I believe that we're running the last one. Is the first one Emerge or Centrepoint? No idea. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We've got like a month and a half, should be right. But yeah, it's really cool because we'll be able to worship with another team, worship with another community, and really kind of see and taste all the different flavors of worship on the north side. So I'm really excited for that one. Make sure you get along.
All right, so our last piece is related to the Sunday schedule. So a bit of an update to that one. First is related to the AM services. So we're moving from what has been the halftime chat held in the Jericho room. We're now going to be having Creative Brekkie down in the College Terrace, which is that turfed area in front of the auditorium. So we would ask that at some point between the 8 and the 10 AM services, say good day to some members of the congregation, definitely grab a coffee if you'd like to, use the restroom, anything you need to do. But then at some point, it'd be great if we can all meet down in that area in the College Terrace, just for some time to meaningfully connect with each other. We spend so much time serving alongside one another. It's just a great time to actually connect with each other. But then the other piece on that, which will change, is that if there is a conversation that needs to happen, say I'm on keys, I need to have a conversation with someone else just to clarify something from that first service. The onus is on then me to actually make sure that conversation happens, as opposed to it happening in a broader kind of corporate conversation. And the final one is just regarding the post-service debrief. This post-service debrief at times has probably felt a bit forced, and it's been an opportunity to encourage one another and to wrap up the service in prayer. But we're going to be moving away from having a post-service debrief, which means when the service producer calls all clear after the 10 a.m. and in the evening after the 5 p.m, we are all done. However, I want to really encourage us to keep encouraging one another after the service, allowing just those organic conversations to happen that would occur naturally anyway. It's still worth acknowledging that we did go with the debrief, and we ran it for a time, and we won't be having it anymore, but still want to encourage you to just be observant for one another and just to have those organic conversations that would occur naturally.
Well, thanks for joining us again for another year of creative and worship at Nexus. And I think with the current move of the Holy Spirit that we're really starting to press into, I think we've got some super exciting times ahead, and it's kind of cool to not know what's going to come up in a service and not know what's going to come up in the life of the church spiritually. So keep your ear to the ground, keep your hearts open, and we'll see you around.
Yeah, see ya.